Okay, part two. Welcome back. So, I feel a little crazy for going through 380 something CDs in one day, one recording. I've already been talking for about an hour and now I have to talk even more. But I like talking about this stuff and I like making these videos and I like having you here. So, in the first video, we did my contemporary slash alt rock slash indie rock section. We did electronic, pop, and jazz. And now I have three more sections to my collection, which is hip hop and R&B, as well as contemporary folk or just folk, singer-songwriter, however you want to call that, and classic rock. So, yeah, let's get into it. Part two. I have to keep checking my audio. I don't know why I'm neurotic, but my audio is going. So here we go. Tupac, Greatest Hits. I'd like to listen to that. I haven't listened to it. Beast Boys, Hello Nasty. Again, haven't listened to it. You know, someday maybe I'll listen to everything, but then maybe again there will be things that I never even listened to. I don't know. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I absolutely should listen to that, but I haven't. Eminem, this one I did listen to. The Marshall Mathers LP. Pretty good stuff. Probably his best. Eminem, The Eminem Show. He has a very varied discography of good and bad stuff. You know, I don't know if I really feel the need to own every artist's entire discography. So Eminem is an artist where I'm okay having a few of his albums. I don't feel the need to have every album. Jay-Z, the Black Album. That's not in the right spot, but whatever. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, classic. Nas, Illmatic, another classic. Outkast, Aquemini. I started to listen to this one day. I really want to listen to it again because it seems super interesting and up my alley. Enter the Wu-Tang. 36 Chambers. Is that how you say it? Wu-Tang Clan. John Batiste, We. This one's more of a soul, gospel, R&B from what I understand. It's not really hip-hop, but I'd like to listen to that at some point. I think it won a Grammy a couple years ago. Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love. Alright. Then we got Channel Orange, Frank Ocean. That guy's got quite a voice. Joey Badass. I think this album's just called Badass. College Dropout, Kanye West. Late Registration, Kanye West. Graduation, still on Kanye. Oh, what's this one called? Of course, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Doesn't get much better than this. This album is absolutely unbelievable. That album. So good. So freaking good. Good Kid, Mad City. Another amazing one. To Pimp a Butterfly. One of the best. And then we have Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. Moving on. Mac Miller, Good AM. That one is, I enjoy that. I don't know what to say anymore. I've been doing this for, this is part two. I don't know. I'm coming undone here. Swimming, Mac Miller. And the posthumous Mac Miller release, Circles. Okay, then you have Anti by Rihanna. Some interesting stuff on there for sure. Tyler, the Creator, more his later albums. Flower Boy from 2017. Igor, by Tyler, the Creator from 2019. And Call Me If You Get Lost, 2021. I like all three of those. And then Blitzen Trapper. This one is supposedly folk, but also hip-hop. I've never listened to it. Blitzen Trapper, it's called 7. I literally know one song by this band, and that's what made me pick up this record. I don't know. But I guess that's it for the hip-hop section. Not too big of a section, but some good stuff there. Again, you know, I'm missing a few here. Sorry. Oops, I just noticed these on the floor. Black Eyed Peas, Masters of the Sun. This one is like a hidden gem for me. I like that one a lot. Drake, Nothing Was the Same, and 444 by Jay-Z. This is really the only Jay-Z one I know. I really like this one. This is a very mature album that he could only make at this point in his career, later in his career. Okay, so that's it for the hip-hop. And then we move on to folk. We have Belle and Sebastian, Dear Catastrophe Waitress, Songbird, Eva Cassidy, Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. Is it called Fast Car? No, it's just called Tracy Chapman, but it has that song Fast Car. Leonard Cohen, Songs from a Room. Judy Collins, Best of Judy Collins. Matt Costa, Unfamiliar Faces. I don't have the, I just have the disc for that one. Nick Drake, one of my favorites. 5 Leaves Left. Nick Drake, Pink Moon. Alright. Bob Dylan's son, Jacob Dylan, Women and Country. Pretty interesting one. Oh God. Fleet Foxes, Helplessness Blues. Some amazing vocals those guys do. Patty Griffin, Impossible Dream. I haven't heard that one yet. Neither have I heard this one. Patty Griffin, 1,000 Kisses. I'm just being honest with you guys. I haven't heard every album in my collection, but I think I've heard at least half of them. At least 40%, somewhere between 40 to 60%. 40 on the low end, 60. I don't know. It might be more like 60, but who knows? Iron and Wine. Creek Drank the Cradle. Really beautiful album. A lot different from his other stuff. Iron and Wine, Our Endless Numbered Days. And then some Iron and Wine that I haven't heard. Well, I heard this a little bit. Shepherd's Dog, Iron and Wine. Iron and Wine, Kiss Each Other Clean. More towards his later stuff now. And Beast Epic. I think this is the most recent from him. Alright. Then we got Jack Johnson. This guy makes me happy. Brushfire Fairy Tales. On and On by Jack Johnson. That one's really groovy. Sleep Through the Static. Starts to good piano stuff on here and electric guitar from him. Meet the Moonlight. This is his most recent one. For him, I might actually collect his whole discography. I wouldn't mind that. Jason Mraz. We Sing, We Dance, We Steal Things. That has that song I'm Yours. Carole King, Tapestry, classic. Ray LaMontagne, Gossip in the Grain. Lorena McKennitt, The Book of Secrets. Joni Mitchell, Blue. John Prine. I think the album's just self-titled, John Prine. Damien Rice. Oh. This one's got some really beautiful laid back I don't know what to describe it. It's kind of funny when you're describing folk music, which is already laid back and acoustic, and this one's even more laid back, even for that genre. Damien Rice. Oh. Josh Ritter. The Animal Years. Josh Ritter, Beast in Its Tracks. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. Good stuff. Chris Smither, Call Me Lucky. Simon and Garfunkel, A Bridge Over Troubled Water. Then we have 3 albums by She and Him. We had M. Ward earlier, but this is M. Ward with Zoe Deschanel. There's a Volume 1, Volume 2, and they're just called Volume 1, 2, and this is Volume 3 of She and Him. Alright. Then I have Richard Thompson. What is this one called? Sorry, Richard and Linda Thompson, Shoot Out the Lights. Ladysmith, Black Mambazo, Journey of Dreams. Jeff Tweedy, Love is the King. Pretty interesting one from him, Jeff Tweedy. Gillian Welch, Time the Revelator. This is some Americana, bluegrass kind of stuff, rootsy. Women of the World, acoustic. I guess this is my world music section. African reggae. Okay. So that's the hip hop and folk, and then we'll move on to classic rock here. Okay, so here we are now in the final section of my 380 something CD collection, and this is rock and classic rock, and I also have some subcategories here like punk and hard rock and stuff like that. So I guess I kind of lumped together punk and metal, so that's something like where we're starting with. So we have Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. Okay. The Clash, London Calling. Love this one. This I just bought yesterday. I don't know, very random. New Bomb Turks. Information Highway Revisited. That's a punk one. 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. That's their first album. Nirvana. This is just a compilation album of Nirvana. I might be okay with just a compilation of Nirvana. They're not my favorite. Rocket to Russia, Ramones. Nevermind the Bollocks, Sex Pistols. Okay. Soundgarden, Superunknown. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Velvet Revolver. I just picked this up yesterday. I heard this band like way back in middle school. They're a hard rock group. Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. Classic. Beatles, Help. Beatles, Rubber Soul. I really love the packaging of these Beatles ones. These are the 2009 remastered ones. Beatles, Revolver. Sgt. Pepper's. And Let It Be. Let It Be has got some really cool songs on there. David Bowie, Space Odyssey. David Bowie, Hunky Dory. Just got into this last year. This is a pretty cool album. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. What can I say? This is great from start to finish, Ziggy Stardust. Really great stuff. Aladdin Sane. I'm trying to get more into Bowie this year. There's certain big artists who just have big discographies, and I just want to explore it. Like Bob Dylan, Miles Davis, Bowie. Those are some big discographies that I just love getting lost in. David Bowie, Low. David Bowie, Heroes. And David Bowie, Earthling. Okay. Then we have Bob Dylan, who certainly used to be one of my absolute favorite artists. I guess he still is, but I just don't spend a lot of time listening to rock and classic rock anymore. I mean, of these sections that we've gone through in my CDs, these days I spend more time probably with the contemporary alt-rock, indie rock, electronic, and jazz mainly. I haven't spent too much time in the rock section recently. But anyways, Bob Dylan, self-titled album, Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, Bringing It All Back Home, classic. Highway 61 Revisited, What More Is There to Say, love it. Blonde on Blonde. Those three albums are like certified gems. Bob Dylan, John Wesley Harding. Haven't heard that one. Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. An interesting one, for sure. Some good stuff on there. Lay Lady Lay. A different version of Girl from the North Country. Bob Dylan, Self-Portrait. Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. There's something about Bob Dylan. There's certain artists who I feel like a personal connection with. And for some reason, Bob Dylan, I feel like when I listen to his music, I feel like connected to him as a person. And there's only a few artists I really feel that way about. Mac Miller is another one. He seems like a really genuine person. And when I listen to his music, I feel like I'm not just connecting with the music, but him as a person. That's the way I feel about Bob Dylan. So we have Blood on the Tracks, Desire, Love and Theft, still on Bob Dylan, and Modern Times. Okay. Then we got Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Probably my favorite stuff from Eric Clapton is Derek and the Dominoes. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. Sultans of Swing, The Best of Dire Straits. Mark Knopfler, Sailing to Philadelphia. I like Mark Knopfler's solo stuff. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced? Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bold as Love. I don't know if these are in the right order, but Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland. Those are his three big studio albums. Band of Gypsies, Jimi Hendrix. Continuum, John Mayer. Oh crap. Search for Everything, John Mayer. This one has some interesting funk stuff. He's gone in a lot of different directions in his career, John Mayer. Led Zeppelin, I guess this is 4. Led Zeppelin 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but oh my god. See? You see this just fell out of the case. So usually I like to keep these in their own jewel cases. So I'll have to do that for that one. Maybe this album's just called Led Zeppelin. I don't know. It has Black Dog. It has Stairway to Heaven. I think it's just called Led Zeppelin or Led Zeppelin 4. Meatloaf, Bad Outta Hell. Neil Young. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. After the Gold Rush, classic. Harvest, Neil Young, another classic. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Tom Petty, Wildflowers. I'm just going through these quickly now. I don't know, maybe I'm just tired. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, She's the One. This is a soundtrack. I really like the song Walls on here. I don't know if I've really listened to the rest of it, but Fish, Junta. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. One of the earlier Pink Floyd records. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They have a lot of albums. They've been around for a while. So, Uplift Mofo Party. That is actually the name of the album. Uplift Mofo Party. The Abbey Road EP. Mother's Milk. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Blood Sugar Sex Magic. After Blood Sugar Sex Magic with Californication, I feel like this is more the later phase of the band. What I consider to be their more modern era. So Californication. By the Way, this one has a very islandy feel to it. I like how this is a unique one in their discography, By the Way, for sure. Stadium Arcadium. This one is just a powerhouse. It displays everything that's amazing about John Frusciante's guitar playing. His guitar playing on this is incredible. So, Stadium Arcadium, powerhouse of an album. There's the 2 discs. Recent Red Hot Chili Peppers from 2022, I think, Unlimited Love. And then they had another album last year. They had 2 albums in 1 year, but I liked Unlimited Love. It was good. REM, Out of Time. Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet. Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. Gonna be honest, I don't know either of those that well. Patti Smith, Horses. I own it, I should listen to it, and I haven't listened to it. And Paul Simon, Graceland. Absolute banger of an album. Can you say banger if you're talking about classic rock? That album's a banger. Rhythm of the Saints, Paul Simon. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska. U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. U2, Achtung Baby. I don't think the U2 section is in. I have to order it chronologically, but right now it's all messed up. U2, All That You Can't Leave Behind. That one's got some really beautiful stuff. U2, War. Now we're on the White Stripes, White Blood Cells. The White Stripes, Get Behind Me, Satan. And then Jack White, an album from, I think, last year, 2022 or maybe 2021, Fear of the Dawn. Some wicked guitar on there. I don't know how to describe it. Mind melting, veering on heavy metal, hard rock stuff. Talking Heads, Remain in Light. Tom Waits, Closing Time. And I just remembered there's 2 CDs in my CD player right now, so I gotta grab those ones. Okay, we made it to the end. These are the final 2 CDs, not in alphabetical order, but I was listening to this earlier. Paul Simon, Surprise, and the Smiths, The Queen is Dead. I lied, there's another pile here. Almost done. So that's the end of my rock section. And then I just have 2 soundtracks here and a random blues record. Mississippi John Hurt. He's like a finger-picking guitarist known for his finger-picking. So Mississippi John Hurt, Avalon Blues. The Batman soundtrack. Again, sometimes I put the discs in their own thing if I don't like how the packaging is. So that's the disc for the Batman. I absolutely love that soundtrack. La La Land soundtrack. And this is a chill hop, lo-fi hip hop, chill hop summer essentials 2021. And that's it. That's my CD collection. We made it to the end. I feel like I sped up this second video because I wanted to get through it, but there's a lot to get through. I need to calm down a little bit. I feel like I've just been speed running through that. But thank you for sticking with me in these 2 videos and hearing about my CD collection and hearing me ramble on about CDs. And it's been interesting. My collection grew a lot between this year and last year, but hey, I got through it and you got through it with me, and it was interesting. And did I learn anything? I don't know. But I don't regret how I spent my time here today. So thank you for being here with me, and until next time, be well. Thank you again.